The man's arm was suddenly scorched by a 2,000-degree burst of solar heat. Panic-stricken, he looked up to the sky, only to see a solar flare condensing into a single, blazing point. The moment it struck the ozone layer, it burned a hole straight through. In an instant, flowers wilted, oceans began to boil, and countless marine creatures were cooked alive. Even worse, the hole's surface began expanding at a speed visible to the naked eye, racing furiously toward the nearby Golden Gate Bridge. But the man remained unfazed. He calmly rolled up the window and turned on the AC. The next second, the bridge's suspension cables melted clean through. People finally realized the danger. Cars scrambled to escape, but tires burst before they could move an inch. Moments later, the bridge deck, overwhelmed by heat, snapped clean in half. The last suspension cable gave way. The man was crushed before he could flee, and cars fell into the sea like dumplings in boiling water. Screams of despair echoed through the air, but this apocalyptic nightmare was only just beginning. The solar flare now surged toward the heart of the city. The heat was so intense that even breathing felt like inhaling fire. Chaos consumed the streets of downtown New York. No one knew where to run. The military was rendered completely useless. It was the end of days. Before long, towering tsunamis morphed into waves of molten lava, roaring across the skyline with unstoppable fury. Everything they touched turned to ash in an instant. At this point, the only comfort left was being with the ones you loved most. It took just half a day for Earth to go from thriving paradise to total extinction, and the root of it all could be traced back to the sudden, unexplained deaths of a handful of people.